Destiny 2 The Witch Queen has landed, so let's take a look on Nvidia GeForce NOW's RTX 3080 tier in glorious 4K. Hey everyone, and welcome to the Cloud Gaming Extreme channel. Big shout out to Nvidia GeForce NOW for hooking us up with some Witch Queen DLC codes, and probably the biggest mistake of my content creation life was picking Legendary for Witch Queen, which you'll see was just a bit of a mistake in just a little while. So let's have a look at the settings. Everything dialed up to the max here then at 4K, with the field of view also dialed up to 90. And I was very confident that my Stormcaller was going to have no issue here as I dived in. And then I remembered that because I'm on the shield, I have to contend with me being so rubbish on a controller. So excuse the poor aim, but that didn't stop me from dying pretty quickly, as Legendary mode was definitely a bit out of my depth, as I found out very quickly. With a recommended power of 1360, my 1350 Stormcaller wasn't quite up to scratch here. So this was a bit more of a challenge than I was expecting. However, I was just blown away by the visuals and the lack of input latency, so it was still a good challenge. Now, I do like a challenge in games, but there does become a point where you've died so many times that it just starts to get a bit frustrating. And I did feel that even though my crown really does warrant the Stormcaller class, that it was about time that I switched back to Void. So after dying quite a lot here on the Stormcaller, I did decide that I wanted to have a look at the Void class again and the new tier 3 perks there, especially as these mobs are very sponge worthy. My abilities just weren't spawning quick enough, and it became a bit of a slogfest, so my Stormcaller here has now been sunset in favour of the Void class. So as you can see here with the tier 3 unlocks in the Void class, there are a ton of abilities, aspects and fragments to choose from. I did spend quite a lot of time in these screens, so I'm not going to go through every single option with you, but you can see my final setup here with the abilities, aspects and fragments as well. And this made a huge difference to my setup. However, Blink did cause me problems later on, and I had to come and change it back as I missed my jump into the ship. And after an hour and a half long slog through this mission, had to abandon it because there was no way back up to the top. So be warned, don't miss your jump. You'll know what I mean when you get to it. But if you miss that jump and you're solo, then it's time to start again. Now you can see in the Voidwalker mode, things became a lot more simple. And with these tier 3 abilities, the mobs started to melt just the way I'm used to. Although I could still not go into my run and gun situations, as that pretty much meant instant death. But look at the finishing abilities here, and just the general gunplay is just so smooth and the graphics are just fantastic. I wish the Steam FPS would work properly when it's in the big TV mode. However, it was still silky smooth, so I was confident that I'm getting that 60 frames per second solid from the RTX 3080 tier, and it really was not an issue. No stream compression issues, no latency, you can just see gorgeous graphics, especially when all of these effects are popping off, even though you have to hide out of the way of some of the big attacks, as it generally means instant death. You can expect a lot more footage of Destiny 2 Witch Queen coming up, and you can see extended gameplay from this on the gameplay channel, but we'll be looking at the PC version coming soon against Shadow PC. Thanks for watching, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things cloud gaming, and we will see you next time.